Dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Buzruk. Today's topic for discussion is branch and departmental accounts. Study note number 10 is of branch and departmental accounts. First we'll cover branch accounts. We'll see what is the meaning of branch. A branch is a subordinate division of an head office. Section 2, subsection 14 of the Companies Act 2013 defines a branch office as any establishment described as a branch by the company. For expansion of the business, it is necessary to have its branches at various places. The main office of the business is known as head office, and other offices are its branches. Branch presupposes existence of head office. Branch is identifiable profit center of business house. Classification of branches. Branches are of two types: inland branches and foreign branches. Branches which are located in the country are known as inland branches, whereas branches which are located outside the country are known as foreign branches. They are located in foreign country. Main two types of inland branches are dependent branch and independent branch. Dependent branches do not keep independent books of accounts. Accounting records are kept at head office only. Dependent branches are fully dependent on head office, and head office only maintains accounting records of these branches. Whereas independent branch keep independent books of accounts. These branches maintain full system of accounting. That is, in case of independent branch, these branches prepare trading, profit and loss account as well as balance sheet of their own branch. We'll see what is the meaning of dependent branches. The business policies and administration of the branch are wholly controlled by head office. Branch sells goods supplied by head office. Branch expenses are met by head office. Branch remit cash sales and collection from debtors to head office. Petty cash account is maintained at branch. Petty expenses are made by branch manager out of petty cash balance. Entire accounting of branch is performed at head office. Only memorandum records are kept at branch like stock register, sales register, petty cash book, etc. Periodical statements are sent by branch to head office based on the accounting records are maintained at the head office. Branch sells goods which are supplied by head office only. Expenses of the branches are made by head office. Business policies and administration of the branch is controlled by head office. Branch maintains only memorandum records like stock register, sales register, petty cash book, etc. Whatever amount branch collects from its debtors as well as whatever amount the branch collects by making cash sales, it remits it to head office, as well as branch makes periodical statement like goods received by it, number of goods sold, what are the number of goods in closing stock, what are cash sales, what are credit sales, petty cash received by it, amount expensed out of petty cash, what is closing balance, etc. These periodical statements are sent by branch to head office. Using this, accounting records are maintained at head office. Accounting system of dependent branch. There are four accounting systems of dependent branch. First is debtor system and synthetic method. Second is stock and debtor system, which is also known as analytical method. Third is branch trading and profit and loss account, which is also known as final account system. And the fourth one is wholesale branch system. In this particular video, I will be discussing about debtors system, which is also known as synthetic method. Debtors system or synthetic method. This method is usually adopted when the branch is of small size. Its purpose is to ascertain profit or loss made by each branch. Head office will have various branches. It will prepare branch account for each and every branch. and the purpose of this is to find out profit or loss made by each branch. Head office supplies goods to branch either at cost price or market or invoice price. When goods are sent at invoice price, then loading, that is the difference in invoice and cash price, is calculated and recorded on reverse side of branch account. You are supposed to prepare branch account in the books of head office. Opening stock is recorded on the debit side of branch account. If it is at invoice price, then loading will be recorded on the credit side of branch account. Closing stock will be recorded on the credit side of branch account. If it is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded on the debit side of branch account. Goods sent to branch account by head office are recorded to the debit side of branch account. If it is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded at the credit side of branch account. If some of the goods are returned by branch to head office, then it is credited to branch account as by goods sent to branch account. If it is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded on the debit side of branch account. If there are goods in transit, it is to be recorded to the credit side of branch account. If it is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded on the debit side of branch account. In short, if any of the transaction is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded on the reverse side, opposite side of branch account. Each branch is treated as debtor of head office. Under this system, that is debtor system, the head office maintains separate branch account for each branch. If goods are sent by head office and not received by branch, then it is credited to branch account as goods in transit. If cash is sent by branch and not received by head office, then it is credited to branch account as cash in transit. So goods in transit and cash in transit both are credited to branch account. Credit sales, bad debts, discount allowed, goods returned by customers to branch are not recorded in branch account as they are transactions between branch and its debtors. Opening and closing debtors are recorded. You are supposed to record opening debtors to the debit side of branch account and closing debtors to the credit side of branch account. Therefore, credit sales, bad debts, discount alloweds, goods returned by customers are not to be recorded in branch account. Bill of exchange received by branch from its debtor is credited to branch account. Pilferage. Pilferage is a small theft, shortage, normal loss, abnormal loss is not to be shown in branch account. Now we'll see journal entries under debtors method. To record opening balance of branch assets, branch account debit to branch assets individually. Normally, branch account debit side, these opening balances are to be recorded as to balance brought down. Below that you will have stock, debtors, petty cash, any asset, furniture, etc., prepaid expenses, etc. To record opening balance of branch liabilities individually to branch. You are supposed to record this to the credit side of branch account as by balance brought down, opening balance, credit balance. Mostly you will have here creditors and outstanding expenses. When goods are supplied by head office to branch, or when goods are supplied by head office to branch or by another branch to branch, that means if that particular branch is receiving goods either from head office or from some other branch, branch account debit to goods sent to branch account. Whenever branch is receiving goods either from head office or from any other branch, it is to be debited as to goods sent to branch account. When goods are returned by branch customer directly to head office, That is, if goods are returned by branch to head office or any of the branch customer directly to head office, then the entry will be same, goods sent to branch account, debit to branch account. If branch is receiving, debit it to branch account. If branch is sending goods out of the branch, credit it to branch account as goods sent to branch account. When goods are supplied by branch to another branch as per instructions of head office, goods sent to branch account, debit to branch account. As these goods are going out of the branch account is to be credited. It is supplying these goods to some other branch, but the account head will be goods sent to branch account, debit to branch account. When goods are supplied by head office but not received by branch, goods in transit account, debit to branch. When head office meets the branch expenses or sends cash to branch for meeting expenses, branch account, debit to cash or bank. When remittances are received by head office from branch or from branch customers, that is, remittances are received by head office from branch, that is, amount is remitted by branch to head office or amount is remitted by branch customer to head office, then entry will be cash or bank account, debit to branch account. It is to be credited to branch account. When remittances are sent by branch but not received by head office, amount is remitted by branch, not received by head office, it is cash in transit. Cash in transit account, debit to branch. Cash in transit is to be credited to branch account. When the balance in goods sent to branch account is transferred, that is, goods sent to branch account is to be closed by transferring it to either purchases account or trading account. It is to be transferred to purchase account in case of trading concern, and it is to be transferred to manufacturing account in case of it is to be transferred to trading account, in case of manufacturing concerns. So goods sent to branch account is closed by transferring it to purchase account or trading account. In case of trading concern, transfer it to purchase. In case of manufacturing concern, transfer it to trading account. To record the closing balance of branch asset. Branch asset is to be closed by closing balances, by balance carried down, assets individually, stock, debtors, petty cash, any asset, furniture, etc., prepaid expenses, closing balances of all this. To record closing balances of branch liabilities, debit side of branch account to balance carried down. Under this, mostly you will have creditors and outstanding expenses. Branch account debit to branch liabilities individually. To record profit or loss. If credit side of branch account exceeds debit side, then branch account debit to general profit and loss account. If debit side of branch account exceeds credit side, then general profit and loss account debit to branch account. In short, branch account is closed by transferring it to general profit and loss account. Now this is the format or pro forma branch account. In the books of head office, you are supposed to write on the top branch account, to balance brought down, stock, debtors, petty cash, fixed assets, prepaid expenses, to goods sent to branch account, goods sent by head office, goods sent by other branch. If this particular branch is receiving goods either from head office or from some other branches, it is to be debited. To bank, remittances by head office. If any amount is remitted by head office to the branch, it is to be debited to branch account. By balance brought down, creditors and outstanding expenses, opening balance, opening liabilities. To bank, remittances to head office. If any amount is remitted by branch to head office, it is to be credited to branch account as by bank. Mostly branch remits cash sales, that is amount received from cash sales, and collection from debtors. By branch debtors directly to head office. If any of the branch debtor directly remits any amount to head office, it is to be credited to branch account. Buy goods sent to branch account. If any of the goods are returned by branch to head office. If any of the goods are returned by branch debtors directly to head office, or if any of the goods are sent by this particular branch to some other branch, then it is to be credited to branch account as buy goods sent to branch account. Then closing balances, buy balance carried down, stock in hand. This is opening stock, this is closing stock. Stock in transit, cash in transit. Stock in transit is also known as goods in transit. Debtors, opening debtors to the debit side, closing debtors to the credit side. Petty cash, opening petty cash debit side, closing petty cash credit side. Fixed assets, opening fixed asset to the debit side, closing fixed assets to the credit side. Prepaid expenses, opening balance to the debit side, closing balance to the credit side. Two balance carried down, closing balances of creditors and outstanding expenses, closing balance of liabilities. Opening creditors and outstanding expenses are written to the credit side of branch account as buy balance brought down, and closing balances will be recorded to the debit side of branch account as to balance carried down. Now the difference will be either profit or loss, which will be transferred to general profit and loss account. Only one figure shall appear, that is either you will have profit or you will have loss. Now these can be at cost or can be at invoice price. If stock, opening stock is at invoice price, then loading will be recorded on the credit side. If goods sent by head office is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded at the credit side. If goods returned by branch is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded on the debit side. If closing stock is at invoice price, then loading is to be recorded on the debit side. If stock in transit or goods in transit is at invoice price, loading is to be recorded on the debit side. Transactions not to be recorded in branch account. Expenses incurred by branch out of cash, since either reduced cash balance at the end is decreased or the liability at the end is increased. Petty cash, you are supposed to write opening balance to the debit side of branch account and closing balance to the credit side of branch account. And if any cash, petty cash is sent by head office, then it is to be debited to branch account. The branch account you will have opening petty cash to balance brought down, cash received from head office for petty expenses to be debited to branch account as to bank, and closing petty cash balance is to be credited to branch account. So if any amount received by branch from head office for a petty expenses, actual petty expenses are not to be recorded. Purchase of goods, fixed assets by branch, since book value of goods, fixed assets at the end is increased and either the amount of remittances is reduced or the creditors at the end are increased. If any of the goods or fixed assets are purchased by branch, it is not to be shown in the branch account. Why? Because you are supposed to write opening balance as to balance brought down, closing balance as by balance carried down in the branch account, which shows your fixed assets. So automatically it will get recorded. You are not supposed to show it separately. Sale of goods, fixed assets by branch, since book value of goods, fixed assets at the end is decreased and either the amount of remittance is increased or debtors at the end are increased. It is similar to this. You are not supposed to record any sale of fixed asset, purchase of fixed asset, goods, etc. in the branch account. Bad debts, discount allowed, sales returned by customers to branch, cash received by branch from branch debtors, since debtors at the end appear at the adjusted figure. You will record opening balance of debtors, closing balance of debtors to the branch account. Therefore, bad debts, discount allowed, sales returned by customers to branch. But if the customer is returning this directly to head office, then it is to be credited to branch account. Cash received by branch from branch debtor, it is to be credited to branch debtor account. but branch also remits cash to head office. In that, collection from debtors is to be included, added, and it is to be credited to branch account. Depreciation, profit or loss on sale of fixed asset, since fixed assets at the end appear at the adjusted figure. As you are showing closing fixed asset as by balance carried down, no need of showing profit or loss on sale of fixed assets or depreciation on fixed assets. Abnormal losses, since stock at the end appear at the adjusted figure. Opening stock is to be recorded on the debit side of branch account. Closing stock is to be recorded at the credit side of branch account. This closing stock includes abnormal losses, etc. So you need not enter abnormal loss separately in branch account. We'll see some special point. When goods are returned either by branch debtors to head office directly or are sent by one branch to another branch, the entry will be same as in case of goods returned by branch to head office. When goods are returned by branch to head office, you are supposed to credit it to branch account. When goods are returned by branch debtor directly to head office, it is to be credited to branch account. If goods are sent by one branch to another branch, if goods are transferred to some other branch, then it is to be credited to branch account. In case any insurance claim is admitted and paid to the branch, either bank balance at the end will increase or remittances to head office will increase. If insurance claim is admitted and paid, that is branch has received this claim from insurance company, then balance at the end by balance carried down. In that, bank balance will increase or remittances to head office, that is amount remitted by branch to head office will be returned to the branch account as by bank, it will increase. In case the insurance claim is admitted but not paid, the insurance company will appear as debtor at the end. If insurance claim is admitted but not paid to the branch, then in branch account at the end credit side by balance carried down, debtors you will have trade debtors as well as insurance company. To ascertain any missing figure relating to stock and or debtor, memorandum branch stock account, memorandum branch debtors account has to be prepared. You are supposed to write opening stock, opening debtors, opening petty cash to the debit side of branch account as to balance brought down. You are supposed to write closing stock, closing debtors and closing petty cash at the credit side of branch account as by balance carried down. If any of the figure is missing like opening stock, debtor or petty cash, closing stock, debtor or petty cash, then you are supposed to prepare memorandum branch stock account, memorandum branch debtors account, memorandum branch petty cash account to find out these missing figures. We'll see illustration shortly. Just go through the theory part so it will be easy for you to understand the illustrations. Thank you.